Alright, so today we're going to talk about rewrite equations and formulas. So we've already worked with equations where we solved for a variable. That means like solving for x, you get x equals 7, whatever. Well, here we're going to have more than one variable, and that's where it's not as easy, but it's actually the same steps. So let's first talk about what function form means. That's when you have like an x and y equation, and you have y isolated. That word right there is isolated on one side of the equation. So here's an example. Remember, write this down when you're ready. Here's an example. You have y equals 2x plus 3. Y is isolated on one side of the equation. You could have also had 2x plus 3 equals y, or 3 plus 2x equals y, or y equals 3 plus 2x. But y is alone, isolated. Here's an example of not function form, x plus 2y equals 3. That's not function form because y is not alone. It's being added by x and being multiplied by 2 on the same side. Even if just one of those were happening, it wouldn't be function form. So that's just a term that you'll need to know, and it will come up time and time and again. Example 1. Write 9x minus 4y in function form. So we got to get that y alone. So you're looking, where's the y? 9x minus 4y equals 8. Oh, it's right here. So I rewrite it, and it's right here. So what do I got to do? Well, I already know this stuff. I've got to first undo equations by adding or subtracting. So what's next to it is positive 9x. 9x is positive. I'm looking in front of the 9x. Is it negative? No, it's positive. So to undo it, I subtract 9x from both sides. And here's my equal sign, so I have to put the other negative 9x or the minus 9x on the other side. So I have 9x minus 4y minus 9x. Those cancel, and I'm left with a negative 4y equals. Now the other side of the equation is 8 minus 9x. So again, it's 8 minus 9x. This does not have an x, the 8 does not, and the negative 9 does. So you cannot combine those. They're two different terms. Now, I've got y here, still needed alone. So that negative 4 has to get out of there. How do I undo it? By dividing by negative 4 to everything. So I have y equals negative 2, because 8 divided by negative 4 is negative 2, and a negative 9x divided by a negative 4 is a positive 9/4 x. No reason to simplify that and turn it into a mixed number. It's fine the way it is. So we put it in function form. If you look back at the top, go follow all the way. Here was my y. How do I undo it? I look at the variable that's next to it, undo that, or the number, whatever it is, bring it to the other side of the equal sign. Here's my equal sign. So this cancels, right? 9x minus 9x, that's gone. That's 0 x's. But they don't disappear because they also have to do the same thing to the other side. So subtracting 9x is just 8 minus 9x. Now I have negative 4y. Don't forget about the negative. Divide by negative 4 to eliminate that negative 4. Because negative 4 divided by negative 4 is just 1. Right? These cancel. Just 1. And then you're left with y equals negative 2 plus 9/4 x. Cool. Pause if you need to copy anything down. Alright, next little thing is a literal equation, and I see this all over the place. It's something that is not easy, but totally you can get this. You'll grasp it if you just put a little like outside thinking in it. So what a literal equation is, it won't have many numbers, if any at all, in this case none, and you've got to move everything away from whatever you're solving for without numbers. So in this case, we're going to solve for the length L in the volume formula for a rectangular prism. So that is V for volume equals length times width times height. So I have my formula. V equals LWH, and I'm looking for the length. When it says solve for L, solve for a variable, that means get that variable alone. So what's happening to the L? Well, it's equal to V, so ignore that, but what's happening to it is being multiplied by W and H. What's the opposite of multiplication? It's division. So if it's being multiplied by WH, we just need to divide. by WH. When I divide by WH, the W and the H cancel. But if I do it to my right side, I also have to divide it by my volume, my left side. And volume divided by WH is volume, or V, divided by WH. That's it. And that equals L. That's your answer. So sometimes it looks easy and you're thinking, wow, that's way too easy. It doesn't make sense. So just let's do some practice. So you're going to do these 3 problems here. The first 2, you're writing in function form, like the first example. That's where you have y equals. And the last one, I want you to solve for P. Very, very similar. We have, this is an interest formula. We have I equals PRT, which is P times R times T. Solve all 3 of these on your own in your notebook. That's number 1, 2, and 3. And then pause the video right now and play when you're done. Whoa, almost died. Not trying to die today. No thank you, no thank you. Okay, let's start with the very first one. We have 7x plus y equals 12. Here's my y. I got to get y alone, so I take away the opposite of 7x is negative 7x. So I subtract that from both sides, and I'm left with a positive y. Because it's a positive, I didn't write plus, but some people do, and that's okay, equals 12 minus 7x. Done. Okay, number 2. We have 3y minus 9x equals 21. My y's over here now. So now I got to undo this negative 9x, so I add 9x to both sides. And I have 3y, these cancel, equals 21 plus 9x, which is 21 plus 9x, not 30x. Please don't do that. Now I got 3 y's, I want 1 y, so I got to divide by 3, and I'm left with y equals 21 divided by 3, 7, and 9x divided by 3 is 3x. So in function form, I have y equals 3x. Sorry, y equals 7 plus 3x. Can't combine those either. Don't do it at the end. Last but not least, I have I equals PRT. I want P. I want to solve for P, so I need to eliminate the R and the T. Because they're being multiplied, I can divide them at the same time. R divided by R cancels. T divided by T cancels. If I do it to the right, I got to do it to the left. That equals I divided by RT equals P. Done, done, and done.